marvelous. Oh, you mean you better wonder? Boy, are the menace? Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. The higher monkey climb, the monkey get exposed. It's a kasha bush, climb up and get choked. The higher monkey climb, the monkey get exposed. It's a kasha bush, climb up and get choked. Me hear a part through the grapevine. What kind of part? Them say me washed up on the shoreline. How you mean? Man legendary since you and B time. A big a monster than Frankenstein. Them not ready. Pull up by the left to the core. Them not ready. I got the pepper, I got the song. Them not ready. Nobody die, I make them born. Them not ready. Them know who to play with car. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. The higher monkey climb, the monkey get exposed. It's a kasha bush, climb up and get choked. The higher monkey climb, the monkey get exposed. It's a kasha bush, climb up and get choked. Some people bad mind when them idle. Look at them, and still don't have no faith even with Bible. Believe it, to how me great, some of them hateful. Got you for nothing when them playful. Them not ready. They lack their mind to comprehend. Them not ready. Feelings don't carry from this end. Them not ready. And designer come on my intent. Them not ready. Let's do make them all repent. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. The higher monkey climb, the monkey get exposed. It's a kasha bush, climb up and get choked. The higher monkey climb, the monkey get exposed. It's a kasha bush, climb up and get choked. Monkey know what tree to climb. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb. Monkey know what tree to climb. Them not ready. Pull up by the left to the core. Them not ready. I got the pepper, I got the song. Them not ready. Nobody die, I make them born. Them not ready. Them know who to play with car. Monkey know what tree to climb. Hey yo, marvelous. Oh, you mean you better wonder? Boy, are the menace? Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. The higher monkey climb, the monkey get exposed. It's a kasha bush, climb up and get choked.
Greetings, 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 and salutations, one and all.
It's a kasha bush, climb up and get choked.
How y'all doing?
Rapper to the grapevine. What kind of pop?
I want to say big ups to each and everyone locked in right now. Those from near, those from far.
Since you and B time, a big a monster.
We're live and in living color.
Already.
It's a night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. Healthy love night.
I got the pepper, I got the song. Them not ready.
Blessings, Missy Bram Bram.
Them not ready. Them know who to play with car. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb,
In the background,
top of mine.
Marvelous working out with the menace.
Climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine.
Track called Monkey No.
The monkey gets exposed. It's a kasha.
Top of the morning to you guys across the pond.
I am monkey climb, the monkey gets exposed.
Locked in on One Harmony Radio. Good morning to you.
Get choked.
King Genius, Queen Genius.
Bad mind.
Much blessings.
Look at them. And still don't have no faith even with Bible. Believe it, to how me great, some of them hate.
To my family up there in New Jersey.
You for nothing when them play.
Chilling out.
Them not ready.
NIE Radio. With my brother from another mother, the motivator.
Feelings don't carry from this end.
Blessings to you.
And designer come
Also out of Jersey.
already.
Mix102.com.
Monkey know what tree to climb.
With your sister station in Jamaica.
What tree to
Earth 96 FM.
Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. The higher monkey climb, the monkey gets exposed. It's a kasha bush.
Much blessings.
Choke.
Symbol.
He climb, the monkey gets exposed.
Glad you can put in the work, you know.
Climb up and get choked. Monkey know.
Very dedicated man you are.
Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb. Monkey know what
ups to those who are locked in on the Foundation Radio Network, ClintonLindsay.com.
Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb,
Mr. Lindsay, big up your status, sir.
tree to climb, not on top of mine. I am monkey climb, the monkey gets exposed. It's a kasha bush, climb up and get choked. I am monkey climb, the monkey gets exposed. It's a kasha bush, climb up and get choked. Me hear a part to the grapevine. What kind of part? Them say me washed up on the shoreline. How you mean? Man legendary since you and B time. A big monster.
I want to say big ups to the massive locked in on YouTube Live.
Pull up by the left to the core. Them no ready. I got the
I see y'all bright and early.
no ready. Nobody die and make them fall. Them no ready. Them know who to play with car. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. I am monkey climb, the monkey gets exposed. It's a kasha bush, climb up and get choked. I am monkey climb, the monkey gets exposed. It's a kasha bush.
I just getting some news here, boy.
People bad mind when them idle. Look,
Ah, boy.
have no faith even with Bible. Believe it to how me great someone.
I'll tell you all this a little bit later.
Not just for nothing when them
Off topic,
them no ready. They lock their mind to come.
totally outside of the subject area.
So carry on this end. Them no ready.
We'll talk about it.
My intent. Them no ready. Let's go make them all repent. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine.
The news I just got just totally threw me out.
Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine.
But
What tree to climb, not on top of mine.
we'll get back on track.
Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree
Ooh, sir.
to top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of
I want to say thank you to my segment sponsors.
mine. Get exposed. It's a kasha bush. Climb up and get choked.
One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation.
Get exposed. It's
Blessings to ya.
climb up and get choked. Me hear
OJLDF.org.
them say me
Well, .net.
shoreline. How you mean? Man legendary
It's
since
all about committing to protecting justice and equality for everyone, especially individuals who have been wrongfully accused, marginalized, or deprived of fair legal representation.
nobody.
OJLDF believes every person deserves the opportunity to defend their rights, regardless of their financial circumstances.
Know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb.
Democracy is one of those things that is central to Jamaican identity
I am monkey climb.
and to its institutions. But the number of Jamaicans saying that they don't trust the government has increased to the breaking point of government instability.
Climb up and get
OJLDF is dedicated to defeating the threat to democracy and hold public officials accountable.
believe it to how me great. Some of them here
Connect with them, OJLDF.net,
grateful.
and see what they're doing and how you can get involved.
Them no ready. Feeling so carry on this end. Them no ready.
I want to say thank you to Althea Healing Heavenly Hands. Althea is a licensed massage therapist operating out of Broad County, North Miami and South Palm Beach counties. She comes to you bringing her table, her oils, and over 20 years massage therapy experience.
On top of mine.
Give her a call today. Schedule your appointment if you're in any of those areas or know someone in those areas that you want to gift with a massage.
Choke. I am
954-655-9000 is the number to reach her.
kasha bush. Climb up and get choked. Monkey know what tree to climb.
Give her a call today.
Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb.
She only has one request outside of paying her to get off her table and go sleep somewhere else when she's done.
Not on top.
It's called the Kevin Steele clause.
Know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of mine. I am monkey climb, the monkey gets exposed.
I want to say thank you to the Global Base, Global Digital.
Choke. I am monkey climb.
Global Digital navigates your journey across music, event, marketing, and more.
Choke.
It's a realm where social spheres awaken through their mastery, so go ahead and embrace the invitation to liberate your creativity unbounded and free. Just like their consultation, free.
Pull up by
Global Base is your catalyst for everything related to music production, radio, and event promotion. Check them out, daglobalbase.com. That's the Global Base, daglobalbase.com.
not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb, not on top of
Thank you to McNeil Trucking.
know what tree to climb, not on top of mine.
McNeil McNeil Trucking is a veteran-owned licensed and insured mover in the state of Florida.
The monkey gets exposed.
So if you want to move from the Keys to Jacksonville, Naples to Palm Beach, Pompano to Pensacola, and all points in between. Want to put something in storage? Move something around the corner to a friend, to a neighbor, to a cousin, family member, stranger.
Some of them hateful.
If you want to take that step further and move out of the state of Florida or into the state of Florida,
Them not ready. Feeling so.
you don't have the manpower, you don't have the transportation, you don't know how you're going to get it done,
On my impact.
call McNeil Trucking. You have their name, you have their number. McNeil Trucking, 954-406-9740. That's 954-406-9740. Call them up and tell them Kevin Steele sent you.
The monkey climb. The monkey gets exposed. There's a cash and rush. Climb up and get choked. The monkey climb. The monkey gets exposed. There's a cash and rush. Climb up and get choked.
G Angel, how you doing, my sister?
Monkey know what tree to climb. Not on top of mine. Monkey know what tree to climb. Monkey know what tree to climb.
So, an interesting bit of news came my way. Thank you to Marvelous and the Menace.
Nobody die and make them.
Track called Monkey Know. And I guess Monkey knows what Monkey knows, right? Because I came across a bit of news that inspired tonight's broadcast. For those of you who are tuning in and expecting to see me participate in hypnotic therapy. So, it's coming. It's coming. Just to let you know, it's coming. And you'll know. I anticipate it coming up in about 3 weeks. Alright? So, y'all can mark your calendars on that, all things being equal. A little bit of news I came across that inspired tonight's broadcast. And as you see from the topic, it's pox virus gone bananas. And looking at the topic, you might go, huh? What? Hey, Beverly, how you doing? Yeah, pox virus gone bananas. So, New York City has recorded its first case of severe mpox virus. Mpox, what's that, you might ask? Well, it's what we used to call monkeypox. Why exactly they changed the name, I didn't look it up. I don't know who wants to look it up and tell me. But the New York City Health Department issued an advisory warning that a resident with recent travel to Europe has been diagnosed with clade 1 mpox, a severe strain of the virus colloquially known as monkeypox. Now, I'll tell you this. There are about 83 pox viruses. Yeah, somewhere around there. And you'd kind of think it's a joke the way some of them are named. But it's no joke. The person in this, as it relates to in this article, according to people.com, the person was symptomatic and has received appropriate medical care and has been isolating until full resolution of symptoms. The March 13 advisory stated this is the 12th known clade 1 mpox case identified in the United States. At present, the risk of clade 1 mpox to the public is low. Not zero, low. There is no known local transmission of mpox clade 1 in New York City, and the risk remains low for New Yorkers. NYC Health Commissioner Dr. Alistair Martin revealed in a statement. The New York City Health Department recommends that New Yorkers who are at risk of for Mpox receive and complete the 2-dose vaccine series that works to prevent Mpox. Now, some of you regular listeners to this broadcast, as it relates to Healthy Love, would know how I feel about some of these vaccines that are out in the public eye. I'll tell you this. If the vaccine is designed to work against a double-stranded DNA stable virus, like what the majority of these pox viruses are, I'm down for it. I will take that vaccine. But you're not going to vaccinate me against a single-strand RNA unstable virus that the level of mutation or the possibility of new mutation is high. That is like trying to fill a basket with water. It's just not something that makes sense. Not to me. But you don't have to listen to me because I only have a DJ before my name and not a DR. Okay? The JYNNEOS vaccine is a 2-dose shot that can minimize symptoms and, per the New York Health Department, is advised for men who have sex with men and identify as male, trans, non-binary, genderqueer, or gender non-conforming, or are planning to visit a country where the virus is spreading. Why they specify men, I'm not too sure. But that's what these people say. Now, historically, clade 1 was reported to have a much higher case fatality rate than clade 2. We'll talk about the clades a little bit later on. And this is what the CDC explains, adding that supportive care can reduce the risk of death in those who contact either strain of the virus. Initial symptoms of Mpox per the CDC are flu-like, marked by fever, malaise, headache, sore throat, cough, swollen lymph nodes to top the list. Those infected develop lesions in their genital, anal, and oral areas, which eventually scab over and may leave a scar. The virus is spread via direct contact with bodily fluids, including saliva from someone who has the virus, or by sharing bedding or clothing, although health officials say that method of transmission is less common. There have been 45 total cases of Mpox confirmed so far in New York City. Now, considering how many people there are in New York City, you would think, hey, this is not much of a concern. Not really. It's worth talking about, though. As a topic for tonight, Poxes gone bananas. The focus really is on Mpox, monkeypox. But before we can get to monkeypox, we need to recognize that there are a number of pox viruses. And it's not unusual to hear about a pox virus. We all know of the famous or infamous, whichever way you want to put it, smallpox, which is, I think, one of the few pox viruses not named after an animal. No, seriously, there are a number of pox viruses that are animal named. And so, one of the poxes which I've had, chickenpox, is one of them. According to CEPI.net, there are a few cases that we can look at. Now, they say with no real cases to remind us, it is easy to forget the scale and the ferocity of smallpox because it was truly a horrific disease. The infection is spread by the variola virus, which is most often breathed in by its victims. So, airborne virus, right? Typically, it starts with a high fever, muscle aches, headaches, and vomiting, things associated with the flu. A few days later, a rash begins to appear on the tongue, mouth, and throat in the form of red spots and sores. Within a day or so, the rash spreads into little bumps to the skin of the face and then onto the arms, the legs, the torso, and then all over the body, including the palms of the hands and soles of the feet. Now, my experience with chickenpox, I had a couple bumps in the palm of my hands, and I had it when I was sitting the CXC exams. Those of you from the Caribbean, you know of the Caribbean Examination Council. They've since done away with CXCs and they call it something else now. I can't remember. Now I start to feel old. But I was sitting CXCs when I had chickenpox and had to be isolated. But mine, you couldn't really tell that I had chickenpox. Only after the spreading of these rashes, then does the disease signature pustule pustules start to show up, gradually bursting and scabbing over in the next few days. Now, those who died of smallpox usually did so within a week or two. In the 20th century alone, the disease is estimated to have killed between 300 million and 500 million people. Among those it didn't kill, it left many either blind or horribly disfigured, possibly both. Today, smallpox is known as much for what it can no longer do. It no longer infects, disfigures, or kills people in their millions. Why? Well, thanks to a global vaccination campaign first made possible by the English physician and scientist Edward Jenner. Some of you may have heard of him. And this was more than 200 years ago. Now, smallpox is the first and so far the only human disease ever to have been eradicated. If you see it come back, is somebody bring it back. That is my take. Now, unfortunately, the pox virus family behind the variola virus that causes smallpox has plenty of rather menacing members, making this family one of the viral most wanted. Or you can put it as the world's viral most wanted. If there was a reward out, boy, I don't know how they would give it, and how much would be put up. The pox viruses is a large family of more than 70 viruses that are all fairly closely related. Members of this family are divided into a number of subgroups, and they can infect both people and animals. The 4 pox family subgroups that are known to pose a risk to humans are the orthopox viruses, the parapox viruses, the monkeypox, mo- sorry, molus, the monkeypox virus. There, it's a tongue twister, and the yatterpox virus. Now, funny I should say that. I put out my post today, and somebody read it and said, "Pox virus gone bananas." That's a tongue twister, and I'm like, no, it's not. But monkeypox virus is a tongue twister. Now, the pox viruses are some of the best known and most feared viruses on Earth. Let me go ahead and put that out there. The most notorious and deadly within the virus family is the variola. We talked about that. This is the agent of the smallpox virus. It and other notable pox viruses suspect, including mpox or monkeypox, vacina, and cowpox. These belong to the orthopox virus subgroup. Now, within the parapox subgroup, prime suspects include ORF virus and pseudocowpox virus. While the main one to watch within the monkeypox virus subgroup is molluscum contagiosum virus. One of those that scientists made to deliberately have you lose a piece of your tongue. The yatterpox virus subgroup has two notable suspects that can infect humans and primates: tanapox and Yaba monkey tumor virus. The pox virus family, the name comes from the word pox, which itself derives from the Middle English word poke, or plural pokes, meaning pustule, blister, or eruptive sore. That's where the pox part comes from. Human monkeypox was given its original name back in 1970, after the virus that causes the disease was discovered in a captive monkey in 1958. But its name was changed in 2022 on advice from the World Health Organization, which renamed it simply mpox. Answers the question, right? Variola virus, which causes smallpox, gets its name from the Latin for spotted or speckled, and it refers to blistering, the blistering pox that erupts on the skin of its victims. ORF virus, excuse me, ORF virus, which infects sheep, may trace its name origin back to Old English, meaning cattle. Strangely, it does not infect cattle. Go figure. But it's largely found in sheep and goats. The Yatta virus subgroup, Yatta pox virus subgroup of the pox virus family. Tanapox is named after the Tana River Basin in Kenya, where it was first identified, while Yaba monkey tumor virus is named after the Yaba subgroup of the city of Lagos in Nigeria, where it was discovered in some captive rhesus monkeys back in the late 1950s. A little bit of history about the viruses, the pox viruses for you. And these viruses have some distinguishing features. When we come back from the break, we're going to talk a little bit about some of those distinguishing features, and we're going to talk a little bit about how they operate this family of viruses. So go ahead and call your friends, tell your friends of your friends, friends of your enemies, enemies of your friends, and your enemies too. Call somebody, anybody, everybody. Why? Because we're talking health tonight on the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. More specifically, we're looking at pox viruses and the one gone bananas, Why? Because there was a recording of a severe, or what was titled as, let me give it to you the way it is recorded. The first case of severe mpox virus. First case detected in New York City. So, those of you in New York, nothing to panic about. It's just the first case. Something to be aware of, definitely, but nothing to panic about. So those of you that take public transportation in New York, it's important that you know how these viruses are spread. And this one in particular, which has been detected in New York City. We're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about these pox viruses. I already told you my story with the pox virus. I had chickenpox, short story, and that was all there was to it. I had it while I was doing 60s and you could barely tell. I don't even know where my bump scars are. There are a couple of scars that I had left. Where? I don't know. So, that's that. But there are a few things that I do want to mention as we go off on this quick commercial break. One of them being the book Empowered. The audiobook is available to you wherever you get your audiobooks. Specifically, you can get it from Audible. It's Empowered, Essential Concepts and Strategies Every Woman Should Know About Self-Defense. It is written by Jonathan Field and narrated. The audiobook is narrated by yours truly, Kevin Stew. If you can't find it on Audible, just go to kevinstew.com, click on the book cover, and it takes you to exactly where you need to be to download your copy of the book, Empowered, Essential Concepts and Strategies Every Woman Should Know About Self-Defense. Get yours today. A quick reminder, context matters. Why would I remind you about this? Well, Context Matters is hosted by Isaac Buchanan, who is now an MP in Eastern Portland in Jamaica. And Isaac is known for his work in the Vibes Cartel case, for his work with, no, I forgot her name, a little girl who was told she couldn't come back to school unless she got rid of her locks. He's a human rights attorney at heart and a representative of the people. He hosts Context Matters on a Thursday evening, 5 p.m. Eastern. You don't want to miss it. Find him on social media, find him on YouTube. You will not.
First Baptist Church of Sunrise, Florida presents Spring Gospel Concert on Saturday, April 4, 2026 at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, featuring Dr. Glacia Robinson,
Hold my hand today, lest I fall.
Evangelist Bridget Blurcher, Minister Leroy Smith, and Second Chance. Concert will be at First Baptist Church of Sunrise, 6401 Sunset Strip, Florida 33313. Admission $50. Tickets available at the church office. MC Bishop John Wayne Manning of Omega Radio Station and Church. Jesus is alive. See you there.
Friday, April 3rd and Saturday, April 4th. All roads lead to Crown Hill Theater in Brooklyn. Foundation meets the future with Rory Stone Love and David Radigan.
Good morning, sound boy. Long time sound love reach ya.
But this is none of the dance. The legendary David Radigan.
God of mercy. Let that make on first. Blessings, masses, I Rory Stone Love. Here to let you know it's all about April the 3rd and the 4th.
See? That's right, 2 nights only, where you can see David Rodigan and Rory Stone Love. See?
Make sure you're there at the Crown Hill Theatre, Nostrand Avenue in Brooklyn.
Tickets available at the Crown Hill Theatre box office or log on to crownhilltheatre.com and get your tickets today. Foundation meets the future. Rory Stone Love, David Rodigan. You cannot miss this event.
Lock them up, ready to go lock them up.
Get your Miracle Fire Rub for all joint pain, poor circulation, inflammation, and other aches and pain. Rub it on, the pain is gone. Rub it twice, then you feel nice. Miracle Fire Rub is all natural, all herbal with no side effects. Order yours today, 876-808-5903 or call 876-372-1366. Miracle Fire Rub. Rub it on, pain is gone. Rub it twice, then you feel nice.
Hi, this is Cara Manti, and you're listening to DJ Kevin Stew, and this is The Night Shift.
Headed down this road, don't know where it leads to. I put on my coat, hoping that I'll see you. There's some things I've learned in my life. I need my time, but every time, there you go. It's been a minute since we last spoke. I hope things ain't different. I still visit where we used to hang out. Hey Scout, I'll be at the lookout. Headed down this road, don't know where it leads to. I put on my coat, hoping that I'll see you. Headed down this road, don't know where it leads to. I put on my coat, hoping that I'll see you. And even if I don't, life has a way of working out. Right now I'm headed home while taking my old route. There you go. It's been a minute since we last spoke. I hope things ain't different. I still visit. Hey Scout, I'll be at the lookout. Headed down this road, don't know where it leads to. I put on my coat, hoping that
I want to welcome you back to the broadcast.
headed down,
The sound of Rachel David Lee in the background.
don't know where it leads to.
A track called Put On My Coat.
My coat, hoping
Play this one especially for you New Yorkers. You know you don't go outside without putting on your coats, so I played this one just for you. Alright, so again, it's Healthy Love Night, and we're talking about pox viruses gone bananas. We're talking about the mpox virus is what inspired tonight's broadcast, and I can't talk about mpox virus and not talk about some of the other viruses and give you an overview of how they operate and some of their distinguishing features. Now, pox viruses are among the largest and most complex known viruses. They are generally oval or brick-shaped viruses between 220 and 450 nanometers long. Now, I did say nanometers, which means that they're very small. And they have an intricate internal structure, including a double-stranded DNA genome and multiple enzymes and proteins. And this is one of the reasons you can develop a successful vaccination against these types of viruses. You hear me mention that they're double-stranded. It makes them stable. It makes you able to take from them a sample and develop an antiviral. You can't really do that with some other viruses. I can't emphasize that enough. And if you look at the structure of viruses, you'll understand why it is that that just doesn't make sense. It doesn't stop the scientists from doing it, though. And apparently, it's supposed to help your body to create these antigens that help in the fight against these viruses. Now, does it always work? Based on what I have seen, no. But that's a topic of contention for some. The way these pox viruses operate is complex and unique to this particular viral family. Unlike other DNA viruses, members of the pox virus replicate in the cytoplasm of host cells rather than in the nucleus. The attachment of the virus to a host cell prompts a sequence of events in which the viral DNA initially replicates using its own proteins, then captures the host cell machinery to reproduce and coat itself in the host proteins. And they do this before proceeding to infect other cells. It's really unique. This clever enveloping of itself with host proteins means the pox virus creates a cloak to enable it to avoid detection by, and hence evade the host's immune defenses. So basically, this is an intelligent being. First of all, we need to recognize that one of the things viruses or any living creature, one of the very first things that it will do is preserve life. This virus is so intelligent that it knows that the body has these immune defenses, and the way to get around that is to pretend to be, well, really to pretend to belong inside the body while infecting the body. Brilliant. And I think the whole Trojan horse thing comes from scientists recognizing how these viruses operate and then passing on the information to military strategists so that they can adopt a similar idea. And that is how the Trojan horse thing came about. I'm convinced. If anybody knows otherwise, you can always blow my theory out the water. Feel free. 773-789-STEW gets you in touch. 773-789-7839. Call, text, WhatsApp, Telegram, they all work. Gets you live and in touch right now, right here. Well, other times too, but specifically now. Pox viruses can spread from person to person without the need for intermediate hosts, and by any one of a number of routes. The smallpox causing variola virus, as an example, is highly contagious and spreads in aerosols and droplets of breath, right? Coughs, sneezes. If you're infected and you're coughing, you're sneezing, you're spreading the virus. Molluscum contagiosum. This virus is spread from one person to another via skin contact. And it can be spread within and around a single infected person's body if they scratch the spots and then touch another area. So, typically you have a bump on your skin. If it itches, you're going to scratch. If you have this virus, you scratch that itch, and then you touch somewhere else on your body, you're spreading the virus over your own body. Now, other members of the pox family, such as the RF virus that primarily infects sheep, these can get in through the skin. Cuts, tiny cuts, bruises. These are a gateway for these viruses. Pox viruses are also infamously robust and stable, meaning they are not generally weakened or killed by exposure to normal temperatures and environments. These attributes make them also able to survive for long periods, even several years, on surfaces or in dried scabs of previous victims. So it's quite resilient. I make emphasis on that because if there are other people who have traveled outside of the US into areas where they could possibly contract the mpox or monkeypox virus, and they go into public areas and touch things, they can possibly leave the virus there. And that virus will stay there until it gets into its next host. So it can stay there for a while. While many members of the pox virus infect a range of animals, from cows, sheep, deer, buffalo, camels, monkeys, seals, variola virus and molluscum contagiosum, these viruses are specific to humans and only infect people. Before it was wiped out, smallpox could infect everyone and anyone, from adults to children and babies. And historical evidence suggests, however, that babies and young children are most at risk of becoming fatal victims. Before vaccination began and eventually eradicated the disease, more than 90% of smallpox deaths were in children under 10 years old. It was the generation killer. It was how you pretty much could wipe out a whole civilization. If there are no children, then hey, who do you have? Mpox is increasingly spreading in people and is seen as a significant epidemic, an epidemic threat, despite originally being a disease whose victims were usually monkeys. Now, in an ongoing Mpox outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo, which started back in 2023 and is caused by a strain of the virus known as Clade 1, the vast majority of victims of infection and death have been children younger than 15 years old. The most common victims of the RF virus from the family's PROMOTIONal virus are sheep and goats, but it has also been known in rare cases to infect people. The most at risk are farmers, vets, and people who work closely with sheep or goats. So the curry goat chef, you might be okay, but the goat butcher, watch out. I want to bring your attention to the part, though, about the mpox virus, where there had been an outbreak in Congo from 2023. If there's one thing that I highly respect It is a doctor in a third world country. Let me rephrase that. A doctor who is successful in doing his job or her job in a third world country with minimal resources. If you can save lives as a physician in any of these third world countries across the world, I tip 2 hats to you, because one isn't enough. You have to go through in order to say big ups to you all day, every day. Now, stage sporadic attacks across Central, East, and West Africa, with people in the Democratic Republic of Congo frequently falling victim to the disease. Every year since 2005, thousands of suspected and confirmed mpox cases have been reported in the DRC, the Republic of Congo. In 2017, mpox re-emerged in Nigeria, West Africa's most populous country, and has continued to spread between people across the country, as well as across borders into neighboring countries. By far the largest outbreak of mpox ever recorded began in May of 2022, when the clade 2 strain of mpox appeared to erupt suddenly in Europe before spreading rapidly across the world. The epidemic affected at least 110 countries with 87,000 reported cases, at least 112 of which were fatal. Disease investigators noted that this global mpox outbreak primarily affected gay, bisexual, or other men who have sex with men. How exactly it was narrowed down to that, scientists know what surveys they did or what questions they asked. Epidemiological analysis of the outbreak found that the mpox virus had often spread person to person through sexual networks. Another large and deadly outbreak of mpox, this time caused by the clade 1 strain, has been spreading in the DRC since 2023. And official figures show there were more than 14,000 mpox infections and 901 deaths in the Democratic Republic of Congo in 2023 alone. Almost 3 times the numbers reported in the previous year. The majority of mpox cases and almost 3/4 of the mpox deaths in 2023 in the DRC were among children under age 15. It makes you think, is there a human component to this? But that's a conspiracy theorist in me. It could be nothing. It could be just mere coinkydink. The most prominent feature of both human and animal infections with any member of the pox virus family is skin lesions, blisters, or pus-filled sores. These vary in number, size, and appearance according to which of the pox viruses is causing the disease. And people infected with mpox, for example, can have as few as 1 or 2 lesions on the skin, or up to several thousand. And these are generally smallish and kind of pearly colored papules. The variola virus behind smallpox, on the other hand, causes large encrusted pustules. Hopefully we'll never see that one again. Considering that it is considered or deemed eradicated. But there's always some scientist out there with some strain locked away in some vault somewhere, hoping to do something with it. I'm not saying that they're maliciously aligned to do something, but the possibility of something negative happening when you have something like that available to you, I don't know. If anyone has it, I don't know where they would have it if they did. But I'm saying the possibility exists. Besides those sores and blisters, other common initial symptoms of a pox virus include fevers and headaches. You might think you are having the flu until you see the rashes, until you see the pustules. Then you know something else is up. Smallpox is also known not only for its high death rates, but for its very high rate of disfiguring complications in victims who do survive. Many smallpox survivors are left with permanent and deep pox scars all over their bodies, in particular on their faces. And some are also rendered blind by the disease. Now, while the pox virus family is responsible for one of the most fearsome contagious diseases in human history, it's also responsible for one of the most important advances in modern medicine: vaccination. Today, vaccines are recognized as having saved more human lives than any other medical intervention in history. And I'm going to add to this: when properly created and administered. It was thanks to doctors and scientists pursuing multiple lines of inquiry against smallpox that the theory and then the practice was developed that forewarning the body's immune system with a similar pathogen or a very small amount of the same pathogen would prompt it to mount an effective defense against a pathogen in the future. The science is true. It's tried, it's tested. It works for stable viruses. I don't think I can emphasize that enough. You don't hear many of the professionals. You don't hear many of the people who are the great influencers coming out and saying it. I'm saying it to you one-on-one because we're on the same level. People, it works against stable viruses. Around half a century later, in 1789, the scientist Edward Jenner developed a much safer practice showing that another pathogen from the pox virus family, cowpox virus, could be used to prevent smallpox infections in people. Now, this was the procedure that disease detectives called vaccination, a name derived from vacca, the Latin word for cow. So if you ever wondered where the word vaccination came from, it came from a cow. The earliest immunization strategy devised to defend people against smallpox used the variola virus itself as the inoculating agent and was known as variolation. Now, these historic and successful lines of inquiry were also pivotal for scientific investigators to pursue and advance many other areas of human physiology and medicine. In particular, cell biology, immunology, vaccinology, against multiple diseases. The success of smallpox vaccines also led to the recognition of the possibility that immunization might in some cases, be capable of defending people against more than one viral disease at a time. Now, if those viruses are related via the same viral family, then success is typically high. This is known as cross-protection, a feature that has meant that the development of a vaccine against smallpox in the 18th century has led to people being able to protect with the same vaccine against mpox and other pox viruses today. Several research groups are pursuing the development of new mpox vaccine, including ones based on mRNA and DNA vaccine technology, looking for ways to make them faster and or cheaper to produce and therefore more swiftly and widely accessible. I think I should hold that thought. I'm not going to let that thought bubble pop. I'm going to leave it right there. If there's a discussion, then we might can get that information out. But I'm going to hold on to that one. When the global mpox outbreak of 2022 was declared a public health emergency by the WHO, CEPI joined forces with several partners to fund development of an antibody standard of assays, important laboratory tools to standardize the assessment of mpox vaccine. This information that I'm presenting to you, courtesy of CEPI, is a culmination of some of those records and articles put together. I personally am grateful that they put that out. Why? Because as it relates to pox viruses, it helps us to understand and know what it is that we're dealing with. We get to have an understanding that yes, there is a virus. Yes, there's something that can be done about it. It's not a death sentence. It's not smallpox. It's mpox or monkeypox. We're going to take one more break. And when we come back, we're going to talk some more, looking again specifically at mpox and some of the symptoms, what causes it, what it looks like, how to treat it, a little bit more specific as it relates to mpox or monkeypox. We'll be right back after these few messages.
Imagine having our own Caribbean Center.
Imagine a museum highlighting our history and the contributions of Caribbean people to the world.
Imagine being able to visit and learn about the islands we call home.
In a place where our kids can see and feel their cultural heritage.
Your contribution to Island Space Caribbean Museum will help this dream come true.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe
and donate today. Imagine having our own Caribbean Center.
Well, here it is. The Foundation Radio Network app is now available for Android and iPhones for free. Yes, you heard correctly. Just go to your Google Play Store or your Apple App Store and download the Foundation Radio Network. Big people music with the young in mind. Now you can carry the Foundation Radio Network around with you wherever you go without ever missing a beat. Listen to Clinton Lindsay Mondays through Fridays, 12 noon till 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tony Ryan Monday through Thursdays at 5 p.m. Marlon Burrell Mondays and Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Kevin Stew, Mondays through Wednesday at 10 p.m. And T-Rob, Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Check out Reason with Rattigan, Saturdays at 3 p.m. Homegrown with G. Cole, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Hillsman comes to you Sundays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. And Brother Mitch, Mondays through Fridays at 7 a.m. And check out the Foundation Radio Network Top 30 Countdowns on Fridays at 2 p.m. And don't forget to subscribe to Clinton Lindsay's YouTube channel at Clinton Lindsay Official. And cut. What are you doing, dude. You tell me somebody can direct the thing. I did not. Foundation! People just get the app.
Hey, Dad, how do you throw a curveball? How do you build a fort? How do refrigerators run? How do fish learn how to swim?
Kids ask a lot of questions.
How high can you jump?
But you don't have to know every answer.
How many phone numbers are there?
Because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
How do cell phones work?
There are thousands of children in foster care who don't need every question answered.
What's electricity?
They just need you.
What's the moon made of?
For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
In a world where creativity thrives, welcome to the Global Base, where innovation meets authenticity. Launching January 2024, it's the groundbreaking The Global Base TV app, celebrating individuality in music, events, and entertainment. Available on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and Amazon TV. It's your platform to create, amplify, and express your individuality. Join us at theglobalbase.com and at The Global Base Promo. The Global Base TV, redefining entertainment, empowering creators. Your stage, your voice, your world. The Global Base TV.
Hey, I'm representing for DJ Kevin Stew, working on the night shift radio show. Won't go changing like the weather, just to please the devil never. Will DJ Kevin Stew sell his soul? That's a word and honor. It's Chris Cinti representing word and honor. Celestia DJ Kevin Stew. Turn to your neighbor and tell them you love them today. I love you. I love you. Tell your neighbor, they might wanna hear you say, I love you. I love you. Turn to your neighbor and tell them you love them today. I love you. I love you. Tell your neighbor, they might wanna hear you say, I love you. I love you. You never know what someone's going through. Words are very powerful, so you should take every opportunity to say, I love you. Turn to your neighbor and tell them you love them today. I love you. I love you. Tell your neighbor, they might wanna hear you say, I love you. I love you. Turn to your neighbor and tell them you love them today. I love you. I love you. Tell your neighbor, they might wanna hear you say, I love you. I love
The sound of Code Red Band out of South Florida. New music from them called Neighbors. Have you told a neighbor you love them today? Well, you can tell your neighbor right here on this platform right now. So, as we put a bow on this topic, wrapping it neatly and presenting it to the rest of the world, what is Mpox? Well, first of all, we know they used to call it monkeypox. Now, according to the Mayo Clinic.org, it's an illness caused by the monkeypox virus, and this virus can spread to humans from an animal host such as rodents or non-human primates such as monkeys. The virus also can spread between people. In humans, Mpox can cause flu-like symptoms and an itchy, painful rash. Treatment for most people with Mpox is to relieve symptoms. There's an Mpox vaccine, and people at high risk of the illness or who were recently exposed to the virus may be able to get the vaccine, and most people recover without complications. But some people can get seriously ill from Mpox. Rarely, Mpox can be deadly. It's just the level of discomfort, and you want to couple that with any underlying conditions that could really, really make things complicated and problematic. Mpox symptoms tend to start within 21 days after you come in contact with the virus. You may have symptoms that are like the flu, including a sore throat, runny or stuffy nose, and a cough. Yes, you hear me coughing tonight. You heard me last week with a little bit of congestion. I have no sore throat. I have no... Just double checking. No, I have no rashes. Other symptoms may include swollen lymph nodes, fever and chills, headache, backache, feeling very tired, so you're fatigued, muscle aches, and back aches. That just sounds like a lot of people's typical day. Now, about 1 to 4 days after the flu-like symptoms, people usually get a skin rash. Often, the Mpox rash first appears on the face, hands, feet, and then spread to other parts of the body. The rash also may start in the genital area, the mouth or throat. There may be rash spots, a few spots, or just one. The Mpox rash goes through many stages. Flat spots turn into blisters. Then the blisters fill with pus, scab over, and fall off over a period of 2 to 4 weeks. So you're going through this over a month. 2 weeks to a month, you're running through the whole gamut. Now, throughout the time when your symptoms start until your rash heal, you can spread Mpox to others. And this includes pets or other animals. So not just people. You definitely want to see your healthcare professional right away if you have a new rash or Mpox symptoms, even if you don't know anyone who has the virus. Now, let me be clear on this. Those who think they have the monkeypox virus that are going out to see a doctor, please, let your healthcare professional know that this is what you're coming to them for beforehand. Tell them this is what you suspect. That's one. Two, please find a way that you can get there in isolation. So if you can get a family or friend to loan you their vehicle or to transport you there with protection themselves, if you don't have a vehicle of your own. If you have a vehicle of your own, or you're borrowing someone else's vehicle, or someone is taking you, please take precaution. And after, especially if the diagnosis is positive that you have it, that vehicle needs to be properly cleaned because of the possible transmission of the virus by way of contact, surface contact, that is. Please, please, please. Now, the virus that causes mpox can spread to humans and animals from person to person. And there are two types of this virus, the clade 1 and clade 2. You heard that mentioned from the beginning. Now, these clades are also called clade I and clade II. It's 1 and 2. So whether Roman numerals or Western numerals, it's 1 and 2. The term clade is the name of a group of related viruses. Clade 1 tends to spread regularly in Central Africa. It tends to cause more serious illnesses with mpox, and it is linked to more deaths which are related to mpox. It may spread more easily than clade 2. Clade 2 tends to spread regularly in West Africa. So one's a Central African one, one's a West African one. Clade 2 causes less severe disease and is less likely to cause death than clade 1. Some things to take into consideration. Now, both types of the virus may spread in other places of the world or linked to international travel or animal trade. The virus can be spread from person to person, though. And this can happen through direct contact with the rashes, scabs, or body fluids of a person with the virus, mpox, close face-to-face contact, intimate activities and sexual contact, contact with fabrics or objects that have been touched, that have touched the rashes or body fluids of a person with mpox. So, and this is why I said what I said about cleaning the vehicle, because you may have these rashes, and if you do, you're leaving the virus behind when you make contact with surfaces. A pregnant person who gets mpox can pass the virus on to the unborn baby. This virus can also spread to humans from direct contact with an infected animal, which includes animal bites or scratches, contact with the animal's waste or bodily fluids in places where mpox spread regularly, processing animal food, including hunting or trapping, skinning, cooking, or eating these infected animals. Rodents such as gerbils, hamsters, guinea pigs can be infected with the virus in the same family as the monkeypox virus. But to date, no cases of these animals getting mpox have been reported. Doesn't mean that it hasn't happened, it's just not reported. And it is not clear whether pets such as cats or dogs, whether they get sick from mpox. But health agencies think people with virus infections could spread the virus to a pet through petting, hugging, or other close contact. If you're concerned about your pet, talk to a vet for information on your pet's risk of getting monkeypox, especially if your pet is a monkey. Now, and I am just adding that last part. Most people with mpox get better without having serious illness. Groups that have the higher risk of serious mpox illnesses are people who have seriously weakened immune systems, children younger than 1, people who have eczema, and pregnant people. An infection with clade 1 is more likely to cause serious disease than an infection with clade 2. Complications from mpox include other infections in organs or throughout the body. And these infections can be serious and lead to permanent changes, such as loss of vision or death. People with mpox rash in their genital areas can have serious pain that needs to be treated at the hospital. An mpox rash in the mouth or throat can cause trouble eating or drinking. If you can't take in enough fluids, you may need to get fluids intravenously. I imagine what it is like having a rash inside your mouth. There are some people that would rejoice because they are gluttonous and they just love food. They pretty much live to eat. They don't eat to live. And so having something like this is like a blessing in disguise for them. The question is asked, is there a vaccine to prevent mpox, or are there other ways that you can prevent monkeypox? Well, there are a few ways that you can prevent it. There is a vaccine, and you can get it if it's recommended to you. It's a vaccine that is given in 2 doses, and it's generally over the course of about 28 days. So get the mpox vaccine if it's recommended to you. Avoid close contact with people who have a rash that looks like mpox. Avoid animals that may carry the monkeypox virus. There are a number of animals that could carry it. If you're not an animal person, then you don't have anything to worry about because you're already avoiding them. If you're a caretaker of a person with mpox, limit your contact with objects and fabrics the person uses. Get a bodysuit with a mask if you're aiding them. If they can't take care of themselves and you're taking care of them, you want to wear maximum levels of protection. If you're aiding them by doing their laundry, you want to wear maximum levels of protection. Wash your hands with soap and water, especially after any contact with a person or animal with mpox. If soap and water are not available, use alcohol-based sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. So it must be on the stronger side of things. The vaccine for mpox is called Jynneos, Jynneos, and people age 18 and older can get the vaccine depending on their risk of coming in contact with the virus. If you are up to date with an mpox vaccine, after 2 doses given 4 weeks apart, if you already had mpox, you do not need to get the vaccine. 2 cases where you do not need to get the vaccine. If you've already had your 2 doses 4 weeks apart, and if you've already had mpox, because your body develops an immunity to it. So just like me, I got chickenpox before. It's highly unlikely that I'm going to get it again. What I probably would get is shingles, which is a different kind of condition caused by the virus that is remnant inside my body. But that's for another night. Your healthcare professional may suggest that you get an mpox vaccine if you are at higher risk of coming in contact with the virus that causes mpox. So people who know or think they've been exposed to the virus, or had a sex partner diagnosed with mpox within the last 2 weeks, people who have sexual risk factors for mpox, men who have sex with men and who also have a newly identified sexually transmitted infection and have multiple sex partners, you need to pay attention. People who may be exposed through their workplace, So some healthcare professionals, if you work in a lab or places where people work with animals that could have the virus, you need to take special care. You need to get checked out specifically because you're at higher risk. So for other groups of people, health agencies do not recommend an mpox vaccine. If you have questions about how you can protect against mpox, contact a healthcare professional. Most diagnoses are done by a healthcare professional. And you may be asked to recall when you might have been exposed to the virus. People who are on public transportation, you are always at risk of being exposed to any kind of virus. Always. So the first sign of anything happening, pay attention to your body, listen to the signals that it's giving you. Any sign of anything happening, please, 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 please consult with your healthcare provider. Now, although mpox is rare in the United States and the virus does not spread easily, well, easy is relative. If you have a new rash or symptoms of mpox, please contact your healthcare professional. I don't think I've said please this many times in such a short space of time. Do what you can to lower your risk of contracting this illness. Do pay attention to any alerts that might be going out. Do protect yourself. Soap and water is your best friend. Yes, Mr. Brown. Soap and water is your best friend. Wash your hands regularly. Your next best friend is your sanitizer, your hand sanitizer that is over 60% alcohol. That's your next best friend. So, protect yourself. And in doing so, you will protect others.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Going off into musical therapy.
Enough. Dr. Virus.
This is the one and only. Yeah, Mr. Ed Robinson.
Dr. Virus.
Talking about a different virus.
Hi, this is Ed Robinson. And no matter what you're doing right now, stop it. Because guess what? Kevin Stew is at the control. Tune in, sing. Yeah, man. Yeah. Enough is enough. Dr. Virus. Vicious 19 year Dr. Virus. Vicious 19 year sick of you.
Channeling his inner Tosh.
Ever since that day you came on this earth, you cause us pain, you make us hurt. Yes, we've been blind, but now the world can see. You're not alone around here, so take your owners and flee. Watch when a Lucifer, yo, dirty virus, vicious 19 year. You ain't a welcome around here. Dirty virus, where you from? Vicious 19 year. Carry some of them oppressors when you leave. you locked us down. We could not make one single sound. But like a yard man, we'll use the words and free the nation, free as the birds. Together we'll chant, dirty virus. And that's a good word. Vicious 19 year. That's a easy good one. Dirty virus. You try stop us, we'll stop you. Vicious 19 year. Right now, I'm gonna tell you this enough. Our doctors and nurses, your respect is still. Keep on, fight the fight till the last one heal. So until that day when we can congregate, keep on, share this love, but let the virus kill the hate. So until then, let's chant, dirty virus. I hope you know we have some more class. Vicious 19 year. You think you can stop us from put them together? Dirty virus. Vicious 19 year. Yo, I know for sure some mainstream woodlands won't play this one on their radios. But who round ya care? We never need them then, so we don't need them now. Hey fool, but us, yo. A long time you remind we had these germs, yeah. Dirty virus. How you want me to call your right name? Vicious 19 year. Now I'm interested in remembering your name. Dirty virus. Your friend swine fruit. Vicious 19 year. We try to draw you out.
Papa used to pass him gun so we could survive. But I really mama who would want it done, keeping us alive.
This is Ryan Dangerous.
Mama laugh, not even dark, try to bark.
The track is called Survive.
Yeah, and the youths them a talk. No matter how young they are, if you diss them we pop it off. When stranger touch the ends, them make them steal fence and keep them out shut. Silence. Mama used to pray every day to divert the bad influence from our way. Careful of the people who you call your friends. Friends on my family, you can't just stay. Just because I'm blood related, you let them in and they make your life end. Papa used to pass him gun so we could survive. But I really mama who would want it done, keeping us alive. Papa used to pass him gun so we could survive. But I really mama who would want it done, keeping us alive. Randomly the youths them pillage, but everybody knows to raise a kid it takes a village. And when the absence of a role model wasn't subsiding, mama increased her tithing. Papa walked through the battlefield, and every day they make another coffin seal. So she got down on her knees, but her got the scars never healed. Careful of the people who you call your friends. Friends of mine, your family, you can't just leave. Just because them blood related, you let them in and they make your life end. Papa used to pass him gun so we could survive. But I really mama who would want it done, keeping us alive. Papa used to pass him gun so we could survive. But I really mama who would want it done, keeping us alive. Papa never left a will, no, but all he left in place was the fame of who he killed. And now his firstborn was said to be the first done man. But mama wasn't gonna lose to retribution. No, karma was like of land. So she got down on her knees. But this time fire ceased. Careful of the have to make your life better. Papa used to bust him gun, so he could survive. Papa used to bust him gun. But I really mama who would hold it down, keeping us alive. Papa used to bust him gun, so he could survive. Papa used to bust him gun. But I really mama who would hold it down, keeping us alive.
Last night I had a crazy dream. A wish was granted just for me. It could be for anything. I didn't ask for money or a mansion in Malibu.
This is Hawaii's reggae ambassador
for one more
Marty Dread.
One more day.
Working out with Errol Brown.
One more time.
And the late, great dynamic duo of Sly and Robbie.
I'd be satisfied. But then again, I know what it would do. Leave me wishing still for one more day with you. First thing I do is pray for time to crawl. Unplug the telephone, turn the TV off. I'd hold you every second, say a million I love yous. That's what I do with one more day with you. One more day, one more time, one more sunset, baby, I'd be satisfied. But then again, I know what it would do. Leave me wishing still for one more day with you. One more day, one more time, one more sunset, baby, I'd be satisfied. But then again, I know what it would do. Leave me wishing still for one more day with you. Last night I had a crazy dream. A wish was granted just for me. It could be for anything. I didn't ask for money or a mansion in Malibu. I simply wished for one more day with you. One more day, one more time, one more sunset, baby, I'd be satisfied. But then again, I know what it would do. Leave me wishing still for one more day with you. One more day, one more time, one more sunset, baby, I'd be satisfied. Girl, you got the key to my heart, and nobody gonna tear us apart. The way you got me feeling lately, I know you feel.
This is G. Cole working out with Fiona.
No matter how the world gets crazy, the nights and the chat can't phase me. I just love gonna say way. I know you feel the same way, baby.
Girl, I like to wake you up, breakfast in bed, 'cause I know that's what you like. Yeah, baby. When it rains, you call my name, and when we're making love at night,
they say our love's a fairy tale. They say that's how it seems. Oh, yeah. They might be right, since every night I lay beside the man of my dreams.
girl, you got the key to my heart, and nobody gonna tear us apart.
The way you got me feeling lately. I know you feel the same way, baby. But it no matter how the world gets crazy, the nights and the chat now phase me. I just love gonna say way. I know you feel the same way, baby. The little things that you do and say mean the world to me. We've been here since midnight. Now it's way past 3. It's the way you love me, baby. You keep me coming for more, baby. So dim the lights and close the door. Girl, you got the key to my heart. And nobody gonna tear us apart. The way you got me feeling lately. I know you feel the same way, baby. But it no matter how the world gets crazy, the nights on the track now phase me. I just wanna say, as a real icon, someone. Have you ever been inside on a rainy, rainy night, holding your lady tight like I have?
Yeah, man, I have.
Ever had your dreams or long forgotten schemes coming through, it seems.
Why not chill tonight at this one in South Florida?
Have you ever been to bed with music in your head, forgetting your daily bread?
Yeah, I've done that too.
Tell your friend it's true. It's a pretty thing to go through. Just between me and
music from 2 veterans in the business.
Cause right now the rain is coming down.
Bad boy over here, Ed Robinson.
Down on my rooftop coming.
Living legend Ernie Smith.
Me and my lady holding tight, doing alright. I hope it never stops, no.
And the rain is coming down. Coming on down on my roof. Coming down. Me and my baby holding tight, doing alright. Oh, it never stops.
Baby, you see what's going on?
Hold on there, Ernie, hold on a minute.
I think you left the car windows down.
And it's a rain, puss and dogs out there now.
Ooh, I love when it rains.
You know what? Make it wet up here, baby.
Okay.
I tell your friend it's true. It's a pretty thing to go through. Just between me and you. Oh,
Cause right now the rain is coming down.
You hear Jonah talk about how she like when it rains. I was talking with her today and it was raining. She wasn't feeling it at all.
I hope it never stops, no.
I know the rain is coming down. Coming on down on my rooftop. Me and my baby holding tight, doing alright. I hope it never stops.
Right now the rain is
New music coming to you from Teddy Greaves Jr.
It's up to me to be in love with you forever.
Merle, you having the pitter patters? That sounds like some real rain.
See that we should stay together. Then what's the point in bringing up the past? What used to be us turned us into strangers. The love we had could never be replaced. Now that I'm much older and much wiser, it's imperative that I protect my time and space. Let's not pretend that we can fix what has been broken, because time cannot erase a broken past. The pieces that are gone are irreplaceable. So what's the point in bringing up the past? protect my time and space. Let's not pretend that we can fix what has been broken, because time cannot erase a broken past. The pieces that are gone are irreplaceable. So what's the point in bringing up the past? Let's not pretend that we can fix what has been broken, because time cannot erase a broken past. The pieces that are gone are irreplaceable. So what's the point in bringing up the past? What's the point? Pieces that are gone are irreplaceable.
Boy, Merle, on nights like this, I should be playing some easy reggae.
So what's the point in bringing up the past?
Only if it was Saturday.
So what's the point in bringing up the past?
New music from Teddy Greaves. It's called Let's Not Pretend.
What's the point in bringing up the past? Hey, sexy lady. Oh, yeah. Sexy lady.
A little more.
You're a good man standing by your side.
From the one and only Ed Robinson.
Show respect.
Brand new.
And keep you satisfied. Would he swim the deepest sea up?
It's called Sexy Lady.
Protect your heart from ever being broken. Are you the only rose in his garden? Does his love for you flow like a water fountain? Hey, sexy lady, you make my heart sing a melody just by the way you smile at me. Warm my soul like a cup of tea.
Merle, this one for your ear.
Sexy lady, you make my heart sing a melody. Listen, I'm hoping and wishing you would look my way. I'll be your sunshine on cloudy days when the rain falls from the sky. I'll be your shelter to keep you dry, just like the 4th of July. I'll put the sparkles in your eyes, kiss your lips, you get butterflies. You caught my eye, and I can't deny. I don't wanna be just a passerby. What would it take for me to be your guy? Hey, sexy lady, you make my heart sing a melody just by the way you smile at me. Warm my soul like a cup of tea. Hey, sexy lady, you make my heart sing a melody just by the way you smile at me. Warm my soul like a cup of tea. It would be so thrilling if you would be willing. All night we could paint the town. Fun and laughter when the sun goes down. Such a pretty face shouldn't wear a frown. If you need a smile, I'll be your clown. Hey, sexy lady, you make my heart sing a melody just by the way you smile at me. Warm my soul like a cup of tea.
I know he's talking to you too, G.
Sexy lady,
you're not left out.
heart sing a melody just by the way you smile at me. Warm my soul like a cup of tea. If something is missing, I'm hoping and wishing you would look my way. I'll be your sunshine on cloudy days when the rain falls from the sky. I'll be your shelter to keep you dry, just like the 4th of July. I'll put the sparkles in your eyes, kiss your lips, you get butterflies. You caught my eye, and I can't deny. I don't wanna be just a passerby. What would it take for me to be your guy? Hey, sexy lady, yeah.
You know it, Merle.
Melody just by the way you smile at me.
Draw her all the way out.
Like a cup of tea.
Or put her deeper in.
Hey, sexy lady, hey, sexy lady.
Ooh, baby, you're the best.
You're my best boy.
I know I am.
I'm gonna tell my friends about you.
What you gonna tell them, Joe?
Tell them about the things that you do to me.
Oh, anything else?
Tell them you're my best boy and the best you'll always be. You are.
Really now?
Tell them you're everything that's good, so good to me.
Then go tell them everything about me.
I wanna be always close to you.
about DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift? You feel for some stew? Check out Kevin Stew.
Don't have to try you out for size.
Hey, Dorrit.
With my heart comfortable and warm.
Nice of you to show up for the amen.
Would life be? Tell them you're my best boy and the best you'll always be. I wanna be always close to you, to give a helping hand if ever you're in need. I want to be always so close to you, to you. You're the best. I wanna be always close to you, to give a helping hand if ever you're in need. I wanna be always so close to you, yeah. I'm gonna tell my friends about you. Tell them about the things that you do to me. I adore you. Adore you. I adore you.
This is Dangling.
You say you didn't get to do your hair today. That's okay. Baby, that's okay.
Just want to remind you I adore you.
Didn't have time to put makeup on your face. That's okay. Girl, I like it that way.
And I like you just the way you are.
You're a natural beauty where you hide it from. Forget your makeup, baby, make your natural look now. Hey, believe me when I say you're a cutie, absolutely. In case you're not sure, let me remind you. Whoa, I love the shape of your nose, the curl of your toes, the touch of your lips, the curves of your lips. I see open your smile, innocence in your eyes, most of all insincere. I love the natural look of your hair. I adore you, my dear. How are you know that?
Yeah, I want you to know.
You're all that I want and need, all that
All I want, all I need.
it's for sure that
And as we part company,
you're all that I want and need, all
whether you're in the cold or in the wet of the rain,
feel like a genie.
do remember to look out for members of your community. Remember, your community is not just the development that you live in, but it spreads far and wide. So those that you pass on the bus, the plane, the boat, the train, whether you walk, ride, or drive, these members of your community, do something good for one of them today, because you never know who's going to do something good for you tomorrow.
For you and you alone.
Do remember,
I know this world can make you that
Real Talk happens tomorrow night.
I'm the only
Pre-recorded tomorrow night.
girl, no one else.
It's on Saturday, starting at 3 p.m.
This was meant to be.
right here on Reggae Global Radio and on YouTube. Reason with Ratigan. Followed by me, 8 o'clock, Saturday still.
I love the shape.
And remember on Sunday, all things being equal, the Queen Africa joins us and we go easy like Sunday.
The curves of your hips.
But until then, good morning, good afternoon, good day to wherever you are in the world from right here in South Florida. I bid you all a good night. Take care, be good. If you can't be good at it. I'm out of here.
I adore you, my dear.
Blessings, Pauline.
You're all that I want and need, all that I want and need. Ooh, it's for sure.
and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.